Okay. Characteristic awareness and the divine response, part 2. And yeah, you like this crown or whatever, I put it in the first description. The information to contact the brother is in the description. You want to leave an offering or anything, it'll be in the description. You want to build with me, talk, or need direction, the information will be in the description. Now, being emotionally unavailable is super important. Like, most people are emotionally unavailable when the trauma and the circumstances and any circumstance takes place. And they don't look at that as a particular issue because of the ego. The ego plays a role in allowing you not to be emotionally available to the individual that you choose to offer your connections to. Everything in life, no matter how you want to see it, is going to be as if you're taking care of something that you're growing. It's a concept, whether it's a baby, whether it's food, whether it's your job, whether it's your friendships. Everything has to be taken care of like you're growing it. If these are your best friends, you love them, be there for them, represent for them. Don't stand back and let things happen and then consider yourself their friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is your job, put all your wherewithal in it to make it to be the best place for you to go get this money at because you chose to go work there. If that's your relationship, protect it. Protect the heart, protect the value, stand up for it. Push positive energy into it, so therefore there's no division in between the two. When you see these qualities existing through circumstances that people deal with, you can tell that it's not 100% energy invested into those ideals. And then, because ego plays the role, the individual will hide behind the egotistical mentality of the reason why the negativity should play a role. We've witnessed these things and we've been in these situations through our whole lives, like, and it's always the disheartening feeling from the individual that takes this situation and say, well, damn, that's how you really feel. How did I get this close to you? That's taking the vulnerability of the people who issue complete and full love to the circumstance. Vulnerability is a double-sided situation. Both parties should be vulnerable if you care. Both parties should show the ultimate level of love if you care. There shouldn't be a boundary of a concept that's retrospective to your ego when you choose to show your heart to something. Imagine if that's what you did to your child, how the effect would be when raising that individual. Or imagine if you always kicked your ego out at a job you just got started with. They would fire your ass eventually. Imagine if you never worked out because you wanted to be healthier and you was into sports or whatever, and you never worked out because your ego came in. You would never get your body that you needed to get to that aspect. The ego is always going to be placed in the aspect of self-determination when you need to be coupled into the idea of a group mentality. And see, that comes in when a person is trying to have more self-serving aspects. That's why it's an ego. It's based off greed. Whether you don't understand how you're implementing your value, or you're taking too much from the plate. And then you have to be logical about what you're trying to accomplish within the world of togetherness, no matter what that means. Because the damage is going to lead a person down a road. Now, what if the people don't have the understanding to go inside themselves? You just damage them for the rest of their life. It's almost like you have an entity connected to you that's trying to damage energies that are positive. And you're just not aware of it. So the actions that you do, you stab and you move on. You know what I'm saying? And that's unhealthy. It's unhealthy for the person that made the choice to connect to you, and it's unhealthy for your understanding because it's removing value from who you are as an individual, and it's becoming your new integrity. And you're also being an image of this for whatever you create. So be mindful when you do these things, because you're teaching that to your creations. The reason why I'm speaking in these values is because we're going into a new year. And most people carry a lot of trash with them. They hold on to things and don't understand the value of how they even got put in this place, when in fact you're in control of your own actions. In the first video, I was talking about having patience for your choice, because you're molding your choice, and this individual that chose, you both choose to deal with each other on these characteristic energies. You're molding those two things together. So you have to take responsibility in that action. And if you don't, that's fine. And it's not like you're going to get charged or criminally put in a situation if you don't. That's fine. You're just damaging the integrity that you have. And best believe the energy that you give off as a vibration, people see it. They see it. They can understand the indifference. It don't matter how many words you talk a minute. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter the things you put out there. People can tell within those words that you're lying to yourself. This is how you have patience with yourself. Me personally, the only choice I ever had was to go inside me. I've lost more things that I love so much because of that part of their ego. Just not satisfied at the moment. And I'm fine with that. Like, I don't, like, if you don't choose me, I've been not chosen so much, I really don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to choose me, and I'm going to keep trying to be a better situation for everything, or every time I lose, I'm going to keep trying to be better towards the circumstances of what that I lack in. You know, and time delegates agenda, but only with inference. What are you inferring to the circumstance that allows you to change the altitude of things that are in those circumstances? Lack thereof, nothing changes unless it has the knowledge to grow with. So I'm never mad at myself for what I don't know. I just try to reach and obtain what I don't by dealing with the divine. And first and foremost, before I can do that, I have to calm that spirit that has a damaged hold. So if I calm that spirit, then I'm back on a playing field to where I can learn more about myself, or lack there is what happened to the circumstance. There's situations that I was in the past, you know, that I thought was going to be the ultimate. I thought we was going to be able to do some super dope shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I looked at it like, yo, and I would tell all my business. I'll be like, look, babe, we could do this. We could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me show you this. Let me show you that. And they would ultimately get jealous because I had this wherewithal, or they would feel some need to pull back, when in fact they're about to do everything outside of that circumstance. And anything outside of you and that individual is going to damage you and that individual's foundation. You can never go outside that to build what you have on the inside. And it's never going to work. It'll never work. It'll never work. That's why you don't bring energy from your last relationship to your next one. The divine is always going to be there for you, because it's the higher version of you. But also what's there for you is a lower version of yourself. Your lower version is outside of you. The lower version of you is outside of you. So every time you step outside yourself, it's like, hey, let's do this. Fuck it. Come over here. We got it like this. Yeah, it's bullshit. And then you find yourself in a circumstance of the has been talk, like I had, or it possibly was, or this could have been, or I remember when. Nobody wants to be there. You want to grow something. You want to make shit happen. You want your life to go to the next level. Well, in fact, you can know whatever you think you know, but if you don't got patience for yourself, and patience for the individual or the choices that you decide to deal with, it's never going to reach there. It doesn't matter about this, the pointing finger thing. Like, you did this. See how those 3 fingers right there is pointing back at you? Because you can pick out one thing, you got 3 pointing back at you. How you think they formulated the idea of Christianity? They're telling you, yo, this person did that, and they blame that person, and that person blamed that person. This shit is dumb. Shit is dumb. It holds no real weight if you can think logically. And majority of the time, you're just listening to a bunch of shit that's petty as hell. The foundation of the things that you're basing it on doesn't have true stability to a strong connection. And deeper than that, it shows the immaturity. Because that's all your mind is focused on. You know, the divine is great. And it's only if you choose to access this higher self within you that you'll have this knowledge. When you constantly access the lower self, you're losing higher altitudes of ways